Good afternoon and welcome to the Betsy Ross House. My name is Kim. I am the collections manager here, and on behalf of all the staff at the Betsy Ross House and Historic Philadelphia, we'd like to welcome you to Flag Fest 2014. All week long we have events like Make and Take Crafts, meets and greets with George Washington, Ben Franklin, and of course our very own Betsy Ross, and we culminate on Saturday with a Stars and Stripes Saturday activity. It's a turn-of-the-century carnival right here in our courtyard. But before we get to any of that stuff, I'd like to welcome Boy Scout Troop 303 with Corpus Christi Parish from Lansdale, PA. They will be kicking off Flag Fest 2014 with a flag retirement ceremony.
We are the Boy Scouts of Troop 303. We're sponsored by Corpus Christi Parish in Upper Greenwich, Pennsylvania. Now, before we begin, if anyone has a flag to be included in the retirement ceremony, we ask that you please bring it forward now and hand it to our Assistant Scoutmaster, Mr. Harder, who is standing by the flagpole. We would like to thank the staff of the Betsy Ross House for giving us the opportunity to assist in the retirement of its flag, and welcome all of you who have joined us here today. Let us now pause for a moment to give thanks on this day of celebration. Part of our Scout law states a Scout is reverent, and we ask that you help us maintain that respect during the ceremony.
We ask mercy and blessing on the nation, symbolized by these patterns of cloth. May the colors and patterns of this flag seem to always bring to mind the purpose of the nation it represents. It is only a symbol, but let it today and always be a symbol of freedom. May it always be flown in honor and never in shame, and bless us in our honoring of this piece of cloth and all it represents. Amen. Now let us begin the retirement ceremony. Today, we hope you will learn a bit about why and how flags are retired in this country, often by American Legion posts, veterans, or scout units like us. Then we will retire flags that have flown at the Betsy Ross House by burning them, as well as flags that have been donated to us for retirement after good service by several groups in Lansdale, Montgomery County, where we live. Finally, as is tradition, we will dispose of the ashes, the last remains of these flags that have served our country and us, by depositing them here on the grounds of the Betsy Ross House.
We honor the flag on June 14th because on that day in 1777, almost 237 years ago, the Second Continental Congress adopted the following flag resolution. Resolved that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. Coincidentally, June 14th is also considered the birthday of the U.S. Army, since the Second Continental Congress had approved the American Continental Army on that date 2 years earlier in 1775.
After several individuals promoted the creation of Flag Day on June 14th in the late 1800s, Congress declared that in 1877, the flag be flown over public buildings on June 14th of each year. In 1916, President Wilson proclaimed that the anniversary of the 1777 Flag Day resolution be celebrated as Flag Day. In 1937, Pennsylvania became the first state to make Flag Day a legal holiday. In 1949, the federal government joined Pennsylvania when President Truman signed the Act of Congress that formally established our modern annual June 14th Flag Day observance. Here at the Betsy Ross House, Flag Day has been celebrated for almost 123 years, since 1891.
The United States Flag Code, adopted in 1942, not only specifies rules for display and care of the flag of the United States, but also simply but eloquently provides for a flag's final flight. The flag, when it is in such condition that it is no longer a fitting emblem for display, should be destroyed in a dignified way, preferably by burning, until it is no longer recognizable as a flag. The traditional way is to cut the flag into pieces and burn it in the midst of blazing fire.
Will the honor guard please approach?
We wish to present a number of unserviceable flags of our country for disposal.
Advance and present the flags for disposal.
We present these unserviceable flags for your inspection.
Are the flags which have been presented to us in such a condition that they are no longer a fitting emblem for display?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've inspected these flags, and they are appropriate for retirement.
Is the present condition of these flags the result of their usual service as the emblem of our country?
These flags have become faded and worn through display in various public places.
Let these faded flags of our country be retired and destroyed with respectful and honorable rites, and their places be taken by bright new flags of the same size and kind.
For the last time, present the colors.
Sit down.
A flag ceases to be a flag when it is cut in pieces. We cut the flag into 4 pieces, 3 red and white striped banners, and the blue star field. We leave the blue field intact because no one should ever let the Union be broken.
This is the final star from your flag. We present it to you to confirm its proper disposal.
Scout salute.
We will now begin the ceremony to retire the flag. Scouts, please present the flags. Scout salute. Our flag rests in peace. Thank you for your help in bidding farewell to these flags.
Two. Dismissed, but before we finish, you may ask why we are retiring some flags by cutting them up rather than burning. When the flag code was adopted in 1942, most flags were made of cotton and could be safely retired by burning. Today, however, many flags are made from synthetic materials, and burning them would produce hazardous gases. We will retire the flags that are made of synthetics by an alternate method, cutting them until they are no longer represent a flag, and appropriately disposing of their remains.
That concludes our flag retirement. That concludes our flag retirement ceremony. Thank you, everyone.
I just wanted to